Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, Hridyansh. They are the other children of the class.
Yes.
So, meeting after a long time. How have you been?
Yes. Ma'am.
Then the others
Now we
join.
have to take out SST.
No, beta. I will not teach you SST. I'm going to take your comprehension. How is SST classes going? Going good?
Yes, ma'am.
Good.
Good afternoon,
And we are
ma'am.
on the second last chapter.
Hridyansh?
Ma'am, we are on the second last chapter.
That's great. Hi, Dhwani. How are you?
I'm fine.
Meeting after a really long time, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
How are you? How have you been?
Ma'am, I'm fine. What about you?
Children, please be ready with your English comprehension book. We are going to do English comprehension today. Let me call the other students as well to join quickly. Right?
English comprehension, ma'am.
Yes, English comprehension book.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, girl. How are you?
Ma'am, I am fine. How are you?
I'm good as well. Hello, Vivek.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, kids.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
A meeting after a really long time.
Good
How
morning.
have you been?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Adrika. Hi, Anushi. Hi.
Hello, ma'am.
Hi. How are you all?
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Why there are so less children? How many children are there in the previous class, Shubhita?
Ma'am, this much only.
Hanji, there were 8 only.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, Om hasn't joined yet.
Okay, let's send one more message. So children, we have to do the English comprehension today, right? So let's get started. So girl, why are you missing your friends? Now not meeting your friends in online classes. Not gonna do all the mischiefs with them. Huh? Charlie, let's get started. Please be ready with your comprehension book, everyone. Chapter number 9 we have to begin with it. The Wizard Men of Menlo Park.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, can you say someone to send the pics of the chapter?
In the group.
Good morning, ma'am.
Adrika has, I think Adrika has, who has sent me the pictures in the morning? Adrika.
Ma'am, I.
Let us forward them in the group so the exams can also.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, beta. Imad. Children, how are your classes going? Good. How are you, Vivek? How's the study going?
Ma'am, I am fine.
Going good. Missing the school?
No, ma'am.
No. You're not missing the school.
No, ma'am, I am not.
I'm missing the school.
Great then.
Well, I'm missing the school a lot.
Hi, Om. How are you?
Ma'am,
I'm still.
Good. Enjoying online classes?
No, ma'am.
Ma'am, it's online and today is my birthday. I can't celebrate it
When is your
offline.
birthday? Today?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Wish you a very happy birthday. I wish I'm very sorry. I wasn't aware of it. Wish you a very happy birthday. Children, have you all
Thank you, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'm in the first period.
Good, good, good. Wish you a very happy birthday, Anushi. So, yes, children, ready?
Yes,
Shall we
ma'am.
get started?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine.
Ma'am, the PDF is not downloading.
What? Your voice is not coming clear, beta.
Ma'am, the PDF is not downloading.
Downloaded for me as well. But in the laptop it did. In the phone it was not happening.
Mom, it's download.
Children, shall we begin?
Ma'am.
Ready, girl?
Yes,
Got the
ma'am.
book? Everybody got the pictures?
Yes, ma'am.
So children, first of all, we are gonna begin with the word focus part, right? Got it? Right? So here we have to read the clues and guess the words. The first is a collection of different things. What do we call it? Who's gonna tell me? Vivek, where are you? I cannot see you, Vivek. A collection of different things is known as what? Tell me. Quickly, kids, be quick, beta. Tell me, what do we call it? Hurry up, children. A collection of different things.
Ma'am, museum. Ma'am,
Hanji? Which
museum.
it ends with bag.
It's kind of different thing.
Hanji?
It's kind of a different thing. I can't.
What can it be? Think. Just use your mind. It begins with M and ends with bag.
Ma'am, multi-bag.
Multi-bag. Okay, anyone else?
Ma'am, messy bag. Ma'am, messy bag.
Mixed bag, we can say it, no? Collection of different things. M-I-X-E-D, mixed, B-A-G, bag, mixed bag, right? So what can we write here, children?
Ma'am, mixed bag.
We can always write mixed bag. Yeah.
Ma'am, mixed bag is the answer.
Yes, mixed bag is the answer. I'll write it here.
Ma'am, next one is too easy.
Too easy or very easy?
Ma'am, very easy. Ma'am, endless.
Got it, everyone? Done? It's known as Dhwani. Better keep your video on. Ridyansh, Dhwani, bacha, keep your video on, beta. Right?
And ma'am, the third one is genius. Yes, ma'am.
It never ends.
Yes, ma'am.
What? Yes, ma'am. I'm asking something that never ends.
Ma'am, endless. Ma'am, endless.
Right.
Ma'am,
N L S and S. Right? Dear children?
Yes, ma'am.
Guys, everybody has done?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
And ma'am, the third one is genius.
The third one, a very high level of
And
intelligence.
genius.
Again, it is very easy, will be genius. Right, it will be genius. Right, children? Next is a room or area. Okay. That is built under
Ma'am,
the
basement. Ma'am, basement.
Ma'am, basement.
Very good, kids. You are very intelligent, I must say. It will be known as basement. I'm unable to scroll this down, which is I'll have to share it again. Stop the share and do it again because I'm unable to scroll it down. Spelling of basement, children?
B-A-S-M-E-N-T.
No, B-A-S-E.
B-A-S-E-M-E-N-T.
Right, the spelling will be B-A-S-E-M-E-N-T. Got it? Next is a temporary made with whatever is available. Tell me. Temporary made with whatever is available. Tell me, children, hurry up.
Ma'am,
Ma'am, don't
It will be
know.
makeshift. What will it be? Makeshift.
ma'am, makeshift.
Yes. M-A-K-E-S-H-I-F. Is already given. Right? Makeshift. Got it, children? Next is a lot of interest in something. Tell me.
Ma'am, one dash is extra in fifth one.
M-A-K-E-S-H-I-F. Well, because of the words are quite close, that's why it might be looking like this. See, if I give too much of space, then they'll go way too different, way too way. Can you see? It is something like M-A-S-H. You wrote it? Is a word extra? No, right? The word isn't extra. It's just not coming properly. Tell me one word for a lot of interest in something. Tell me, children. Think of it. Think of it.
Ma'am, what is this related to?
What better? Tell me.
Ma'am, what is the sixth one? I can't understand it.
That's what I'm asking. Which one word we can use to show that we have a lot of interest in something? G. Tell me, kids.
Ma'am, not known.
Anyone? You can find the word from the passage. I'm telling you, it is in the passage only. You can find the word in the passage.
Ma'am, wait.
Just
Ma'am, favorite.
yeah.
Ma'am, favorite.
Yes, it is so easy. It is right. Favorite. It is such an easy word. It was right.
Yes, ma'am.
VOURIT. See that the words are very easy. All we have to use just use a little bit of brain and then we can get it. Done, children? Everybody has done it?
Yes, ma'am.
Done?
Yes, ma'am.
Well done. So now let's begin with the comprehension part. That is the reading. I don't know what is happening. Wait a minute. I have to share it again.
Ma'am, it's all about Thomas Edison.
Yes. As we can see, children, what's the topic of this comprehension? What's the topic? The topic is, what's the topic? The
Wizard of Menopause.
The Wizard of Menlo Park. Do you know the meaning of wizard, children? Who is a wizard?
Ma'am, magician.
Magicians, right? Wizards are known as magicians who know how to do magic, right? So here they have given something about Thomas Alva Edison. Have you heard the name of Thomas Edison Alva before?
Yes, ma'am.
Who is he?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, he is an inventor.
Yes, ma'am.
Who is Edison? Who is Edison? Do you know Edison?
I'm inventor.
Inventor, right? So yes, please begin with Vivek. Vivek, the first paragraph.
Edison was born in 1847 in Milan, Ohio. His childhood was a mixed bag of adventures, dangerous accidents, and endless curiosity. At the age 4, his father found him sitting on some duck eggs in the cold barn. He wanted to see if he could hatch the eggs like the ducks did.
Okay, thank you so much, Vivek. Right, so as Vivek read that Edison was born in 1847 in Milan, Ohio. Where did he take birth in? He take birth in 1857 in Milan, which is in Ohio. His childhood was a mixed bag. Children, did they read this word before?
No, ma'am.
Yes,
Just now we read this word, right? His childhood
yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
means he has had so many adventures in his childhood. A lot of adventures he has had in his childhood, right? There were some dangers, and the adventures included dangerous accidents and endless curiosity. Dangerous accident means the accidents which are very, very, very dangerous, and curiosity means, children, what's the meaning of curiosity, beta?
Ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, if you want to know something, so ma'am, we are curious at what is it? What is it?
What's the meaning of curiosity, beta?
Ma'am, to know something. Ma'am, to explore something new.
Right. So, like, you are very curious to know something, what is happening and what is happening around your surroundings. You're very curious to know about all that thing. That's known as curiosity. So his childhood was very curious, right? At the age of 4, when he was only 4 years old, his father found him sitting on some duck eggs. Do you know why does a duck sit on the eggs?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, because the eggs hatch. Ma'am, because the eggs hatch when they found their surrounding is warm.
Right, a duck sits on the egg to provide them warmth so that they can hatch. What's the meaning of the word hatch, children?
Ma'am, when the birds came out of the egg.
The breaking of the egg in the when the babies come out from the egg, that's known as hatching. So he, instead of the duck, he himself sat on those eggs to see will the eggs hatch like the ducks, like he sat on that like to see will the eggs hatch if he will sit on them, right? So he was so curious कि अच्छा how does this happen? ये कैसे होता है? वो कैसे होता है? ये eggs hatch कैसे करते हैं? So he said, okay, I'll also try to sit on them, right? So he sat on the eggs to see whether they will hatch or not, right? Clear, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, beta.
Ma'am, is ma'am English creative right? Ma'am, this will come in exam. Ma'am,
The
comprehension.
comprehension is to improve your comprehension skills, right? Comprehension always comes in exam, so any comprehension in common exam, right?
Okay, ma'am.
And seen, if a seen comprehension and unseen one, right? You just read no seen passages, unseen passages,
Yes, ma'am.
right? So next will be read by Adrika. Adrika, read the next passage.
His school teachers were not impressed by his continuous questioning. At age 7, his mother, a teacher, took him out of school and started his education at home. She was convinced of his genius, and later Edison admitted that he would not have had the kind of opportunities he had if it hadn't been for her belief.
Very good. Stop here now, right, children? So if we talk about his school teachers, then his school teachers were not impressed by his continuous questioning. Continuous means lagatar, ma'am, this ma'am. So he always used to ask, ma'am, how did this happen? Ma'am, what is the reason for this? Ma'am, what is the reason for that? And it usually happens in a class, no, when a child asks so many questions, a teacher at times gets irritated, right? It should not be there, right? You should always feel free to ask your questions, right? It happens, but it should not be there. So you should not, like, remember when I came to a class for the first time, what did I tell you? That you should always ask. What, Vidyan?
Ma'am, hand raise. Ma'am, hand.
Always raise your hands and always ask questions. If you not ask questions, then your doubts will never be clear, right? So when his teacher started not liking him, so at the age of 7, his mother, who was a teacher, right? So if a question comes that what did Edison's mother do? What will be the answer? Tell me. If the question asks
Ma'am, what is?
if the question asks you what did Edison's mother do? His mother was a
Ma'am, his mother started
mother was a teacher.
Alva Edison's education
here.
at home.
His mother was a teacher by profession. He herself was a teacher, right? That is why she took him out of school and started his education at home. She started teaching him at home only. She was convinced of his genius. And later, Edison admitted she was sure that no, my child is a genius, right? So she taught him by herself. And later on, Edison admitted that he would not have had the kind of opportunities he had if it hadn't been for her belief. अगर उसकी मम्मा ने उसमें इतना belief नहीं दिखाया होता, if she wouldn't have shown this much of belief and confidence in Edison, then he wouldn't have reached the success he have got today. Got it, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Ridyan, you will read next, beta.
Chemistry was his favorite subject. He was not happy with just reading the books. He tried many of the experiences to decide for himself if experiments to decide for himself if the facts in the book were really true.
So this color we have a live example, children. You remember when we read about cottage industries? Do you remember? Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Puppet making also comes in cottage industries. So we try to make puppets by ourselves, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Doing
Ma'am,
and
only
learning is
3
always
children make.
right. So similarly, chemistry was his favorite subject. He loved chemistry the most. But he was not happy with just reading the books. Just reading the books was not his thing. He tried many of the experiments. Like you people have done experiments in science class as well, children. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
So he also did a lot of experiments, right? To decide whether the facts were really true. Just like Abhi in the beginning we read, he did one thing. What did he do in the beginning of the chapter we read? At the age of 4? What did he do? He sat on?
Ma'am, at
Ma'am,
the age of 4, he sat on the duck's egg to see that whether they hatches or not.
Right. He sat on the edge to see whether they actually hatch or not. Right? Okay. Read next, Vita.
Ma'am. At the age of 10, he set up a chemistry lab in the basement of his home, and during one of his experiments set the basement on fire and nearly blew himself up. At age 12, he took up selling candle and newspapers in the local trains and managed to earn enough for pay for chemicals in his experiment.
Right, stop here. Oh, right. So at the age of 10, just at the age of 10, children, see how young a child is at the age of 10. How old are you people?
I'm
11.
Okay, so he was younger
I'm
than
11.
you in all this. You see that? He was younger than you, a year younger than you. When he set up a chemistry lab in the basement of his house, right? In his home, he had a room underground, which we call basement. He set up a chemistry lab there, and while doing that is why, you know, children, whenever we do experiments, we always tell you to do it under the observation of an elder, right? This is the reason. See, what did he do? While he was doing his experiments, he set up the basement on fire. Set on fire means वहाँ पे क्या हो गया?
आग लग गई.
आग लग गई, right? And he nearly blew himself up. Like he was just saved, you know. He was just saved. अगर थोड़ा टाइम तो बिल्कुल वो जल जाता, right? उड़ जाता. At the age of 12, now children, just 1 year elder than you he was. Many of you might have turned 12 also. When he was 12 years of age, he started selling candies and newspapers in local train, right? When it's
But it is child labor.
not, yeah, under 14 it is child labor, but since he had no money, so he started selling candies in the local trains, and he managed to earn enough to pay for his chemicals in the experiments, right? So as you know, the chemicals which we use in the experiments, they are quite costly, they're quite expensive, right? That is why he started doing it by himself, arranging money for his experiments by himself, right? Next will be read by Garv Agarwal. Garv, are you there? Garv Agarwal,
Yes, ma'am.
read next. From he worked. Girls, better read. Girl, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, you can hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Please read now.
He worked his experiment in his spare time. He even set up, what is it in this?
Makeshift.
A picture lab in the, what is
Baggage.
it? Baggage car. The arrangement and when
Phosphorus.
phosphorus from one of his experiment caused a fire.
Right, so children,
At
as you know that he worked on his experiments in his spare time. What's the meaning of spare time, children? Spare means?
now,
Ma'am, free
हम
time.
खाली
Free
समय
time.
मैम free time
Free time or extra time. In his spare time, he worked on his experiments, and he even set up a makeshift lab. Children, what's the meaning of makeshift? We have just done that. Makeshift means?
मैम may I
Yes, Adrika.
मैम made with whatever is available
Made with whatever is available, right? So he made a makeshift lab, right? And in the baggage car, यानी कि वो कहीं पे भी लेके भी जा सकते थे आप कहीं पे. It was a moving one, right? Because it was in the baggage car, and the arrangement ended when phosphorus from one of his experiment caused a fire. Do you know what is phosphorus, children? No, it's kind of a chemical used in experiments, right? So once what happened, this was beta Adrika. What's going on? Tell me first. Your focus is not in the class, bache. Right?
what ma'am
Your focus is not in the class. Something is happening beside you.
no ma'am
Okay then. Right, children? So Yes, like I told you, phosphorus was a chemical which was used for his experiments and it caused fire literally. So his entire arrangement ended there, right? Yes. Vivek will read next. Vivek, read next, beta.
At 16, he became a telephone operator and became fascinated with electricity. This fascination started him on the road of the invention of the bulb.
Bulb. Very good. So at 16, he became a telephone operator and became fascinated with electricity. What is the meaning of fascinated?
Ma'am, can I go to drink water?
Yes, you can. What's the meaning of fascinated, children?
Ma'am, relaxing.
Mhm.
I'm happy.
Getting interest in something, right? Means fascinated means getting interest in something. Please write down the meanings whichever I'm telling you, children. Right? So he was like, wow, that's how it works, electricity. Now his imagination, his excitement, all became it, right? Yeah. Yes. So his fascination with electricity began. This fascination started him on the road of to the invention of the bulb, right? Do we know that he invented light bulb? You know that, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So this his interest, his fascination with electricity only led him to the road to the invention of the bulb, right? Because he was so right fascinated about it. That is how he led to the invention, right? Next one will be read by Andrika.
His love for science was blended with the desire to do something innovative that would also be practical and productive for people. This spirit was revealed when he obtained the exclusive rights to sell newspaper on road and went on to print his own newspaper, the Grand Trunk
Herald.
Herald. He eventually founded 14 companies, including General Electric, which is still one of the most important companies in the world.
Okay, thank you so much. His love for science was blended with the desire to do something innovative. Children, blended means
मैम हमें करनी है वो चीज
mixed. Blended means mixed. Blended means what, children?
Mix.
Right? Blended means mixed. His love for science was mixed with the desire. Desire means his want to do something, कुछ करना चाहता था, innovative. With his desire to do something innovative, that would also be practicable and productive for people. जो लोगों के लिए practical भी हो, लोग उसको use भी करता है, उनके लिए productive भी हो, right? उसका अच्छा use भी करता है. So this spirit was revealed. उसकी spirit का हमें कब पता चला? When he obtained the exclusive rights to sell newspapers on road. He was like, provide me the right, I want to sell newspapers on road. And he then went on to print his own newspaper, which was known as the Grand Trunk Herald. He eventually founded 14 companies. How many companies did he found, children?
Ma'am, 14 companies.
He founded 14 companies, including General Electric, right? Which is still one of the most important companies in the world. This company, like Thomas Edison, we're talking about years back. This company is still one of the most important companies of the world. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Right? Last one will be read by Om.
ओके मैम
In 1876.
Yes, ma'am. In 1876, he moved to a small village called Menlo Park, New Jersey.
Menlo Park,
Jersey.
New Jersey.
Menlo Park. In the next 6 years, he credited with nearly 400 inventions. That is why he is known as the Wizard of Menlo Park.
Right, children. So now did you understand the topic? Why this
Yes,
topic is
ma'am.
by the name, by the passage named as the Wizard of the
Yes,
Menlo
ma'am.
Park. Can you tell me
Ma'am,
why?
this question will come.
Right? Yes, Adrika, why? Unmute yourself.
Ma'am, because in the next 6 years, ma'am, he made it nearly 100 inventions in the small village called Menlo Park. Ma'am, that's why he is known as the Wizard of Menlo Park.
The Wizard of the Menlo Park, right? So when he in 1876 he moved to a small village whose name was Menlo Park, and it was in New Jersey, right? Have you must have heard the name of the city, New Jersey, right? No, okay, fine, right? So it was in New Jersey, and in the next 6 years, within 6 years, children, it is a very huge thing. Can you imagine? He invented, he did 400 inventions in just 6 years. And this is the reason why he is known as the Wizard of Menlo Park, the magician of Menlo Park, because only a magician can do that. That's what we believe in, right? Isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
So have you understood it properly, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Nice it was, no? Nice nice comprehension it was. Right, kids?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
3
Now let's get
left.
started. Just a minute with the exercises. Right? The first question is, Edison sat on the duck's eggs for what, children?
Ma'am, to see if
To
he
see
could
if
hatch them.
he could thread them.
See if he
Ma'am,
could
hatch them.
hatch them. Correct. First A part. Next is, Edison left school, A, when his mother decided to teach him at home, or B, because he did not want to study.
Ma'am, when
And
his mother decided to teach him.
him at home.
When his mother decided to teach him at home. Next is, Edison wanted to read chemistry books or to try out what he studied in the books.
Ma'am, to try out what he studied in the book.
Ma'am, to try out.
Yes, ma'am, yes.
Because he believed more in experiments than in theoretical knowledge, right? Next is, at Menlo Park, Edison performed magical tricks or he worked on nearly 400 inventions.
Ma'am worked on nearly
Ma'am
400
worked on nearly
inventions.
400 inventions.
Well done. Very good. Chaliye. Now shall we do the timeline of, complete the timeline of Thomas Edison? Shall we do it? Yes. So he was born in 1847. What did he do at age 4, children? Vivek will tell
Mommy,
us.
I tell.
Be quiet, Vivek will tell us. Yes, Vivek. What did Edison do at the age of 4?
Ma'am, at the age of 4, his father found him sitting on some duck eggs in the coal barn.
Will we write this? What will be the correct
Mommy, I
answer?
tell.
Yes, Om.
Ma'am, may I tell?
Om will tell. Yes, Om.
To see if he could hatch the duck's egg.
Right? So at the age of 4, he sat on the duck's eggs to see if they would hatch. Right? Write it up.
Ma'am, this answer is given and
written.
ma'am to choose the correct answer.
Children, right? So next is, at the age 10, what did he do at age 10?
Ma'am, he opened an chemistry lab in basement.
Right. He set up a makeshift, or he set up a chemistry lab in his basement. Right? Hurry up, children. Let's do the 16th one because only 1 minute is left. You can complete this in homework, and in the next class, right? In the next class, when we'll do the question answers, then we'll do from 8:16 because now the class is about to end, right? So please complete it in time. Okay, children?
Okay, ma'am. Bye, ma'am. Have a nice day.
You too, and I'll meet you on the next Monday.
Bye, ma'am. Have a nice day.
Wait, do not leave the meeting until and unless it is
Ma'am,
over.
tomorrow.
Tomorrow also we have a lecture.
Yes, ma'am.
No, better tomorrow so I have in 4A. Tomorrow you might be having English creative, not comprehension.
Yes, ma'am. We have Hindi comprehension.
So because tomorrow I think I have one lecture in your class. Yeah, next lecture